Good evening and welcome to Nifty Weekly Analysis. It's Sunday late night, but before the week begins, I thought I should just quickly go over what is to be expected as far as technicals are concerned in our Nifty weekly charts and daily charts. And I do have some interesting charts during the week that I found out, so I'll discuss those as well. Okay, now let's just first quickly look at the latest candle that has formed from Nifty. As expected, there was some bullish bias because of this huge rejection candle from last week. But this week entirely, if you see, this is a classic doji pattern exactly at around number 11,500. And the short body means that there was high pressure between bulls and bears, which was met equally. And this shadow is not too long, it's medium to low, small sized shadow. That means the pressure was also very less. So there's a lot of uncertainty and confusion in the market. That's why there is literally no movement, and this is the reason why I had to exit one of my directional strategies, weekly option strategies that I had put, because Nifty was not going to move from its place. Now level wise, last week's level 11,650 and 11,800 is what I still believe will be acting as our resistance zone. I would say on the upside, crossing that, we can see Nifty going towards the next level of crossing up to almost 12,100, somewhere on those range. Okay, so that is on the upside. So let me just color these. Color them red and make them solid. And on the bottom side, the same level of 11,155, which I have spoken about as well. It's a monthly level as well. I'm going to increase this, make it into, okay, and Nifty nicely rejected it and bounced up. This entire zone of, well, let's say 11,100 to 11,200, that entire area, if you want, you can just consider with the light line over here, 11,100 to 11,200. So somewhere in that range, as marked last week as well. So 11,155 is what I consider as a center point. This entire range is also going to act as a resistance for us. Okay, let's just make a range out of it so that it's a little more clearer. And I'm going to put a normal line over here at 11,100. So this is the range between which Nifty is expected to stay for the coming week. Now, again, I am still bullish on Nifty entirely. However, right now there's a lot of uncertainty and there's some pending case for interest on interest remaining, which can affect Bank Nifty. And last week, a lot of stocks were falling, and but banking and sorry, not banking, but banking was actually falling down because of the bad news of the situation currently. But pharmaceutical and tech companies were going up, so it kind of created a counterbalance, and that's why we have a neutral stance of Nifty at around number 11,500. This cannot stay for too long, but again, I don't know how fast or slow Nifty is going to move. Nobody can predict that. So expectation for next week, I'm expecting it to now start taking certain direction. Okay, but within this range of 11,800 on the upside and 11,100 maximum on the downside. Somewhere in between this range, Nifty will fall by the end of the next Friday. Okay, now as far as EMAs are concerned, 20 EMA is already up. Let me put up 50 EMA. So we know what kind of, I'm going to put red color as usual for 50 to be different. Okay, now 20, as you can see, 20 has crossed above 50, and that is another sign for bullishness that is activated in Nifty, and that's why my bias is slightly bullish. So I won't be surprised if Monday opening is at 11, above 11,650, and we are hurling towards 11,800. So that's for the weekly levels. Okay, if this lower level, upper level is broken, we have 12,100 to look into. And of course, on the bottom side, 11, 10, 850 remains our support, which if Nifty crashes this layer because of bad news or even because of the bank Nifty pressure, okay, we will see the correction stop exactly around 10,850. And again, this is the most probable cause. So this is what Nifty has on a weekly chart. Let us also have a look at the daily chart. Now, if you remember last week, I told you about this gap, and I've been trying to analyze gaps for quite some time now. This gap was nicely filled as I had expected. This is also another classic reversal candlestick pattern. Now, the second gap that is there, I'm a little worried about it. So there might be a possibility of Nifty trying to cover this gap and then bounce upwards. Okay, so that possibility cannot be divided. Over here also, this is a reversal signal in candlesticks. Okay, I've made it very messy. Let me just clear that area. Okay, so levels pretty much are the same from last week, but as expected, this entire gap has been filled by Nifty. Okay, this one is not going. Yeah. Okay, so now if you look at the last part, hold on, let me just move this data line. Okay, this itself is a bearish sign as far as candles are concerned. So we might see a move closing in this gap and then Nifty going back into its bullish layer. Right now it is getting support from the 20 EMA. So that's one area. If it crosses below that, only then we can consider it as a proper bearish move. If it crosses below 20 EMA, then definitely we can see this gap getting closed. Okay, and if it bounces from gap, because gaps also themselves act as support and resistance, 11,300, we might see a bounce and making it at a higher high and higher low for Nifty, and which will put Nifty back on its uptrend track, going towards 11,600 and 11,800. Okay, so I would say positions currently this week. Uh, right now, take a call on Monday of where the market goes. Based on the 20 EMA, you can start deciding which direction you want to play, because more or less right now we do have a choppy and uncertain market. So I would say non-directional strategies are something that is going to work better as far as options are concerned. There is no clear sign of reversal, so I won't recommend any specific opportunity based trades. I would definitely think of income based strategy, which is what is going to be most common bread and butter scenario for Nifty. Okay, so yeah, that was Nifty levels. I would say in daily wise, 11,300 is what you need to watch out for, and below that we have 11 to 270. This gap needs to be uh, observed. Okay, that is one area that I'm looking at. And on the upside, 11,600 again is the layer of resistance that we can experience, because right now Nifty is at exact 11,500, which it will start moving in some direction for sure. Okay, moving on to some interesting charts for this week. Now, something which I need to search from my past. Okay, sometime back in my weekly analysis on 26th of June, I had mentioned HCL Tech's rounding bottom, and we had set up two target 1 and target 2, 850, buying at 680. You guys can watch it. I'll put the link over here. This is from my last week of July Nifty analysis, that a nice breakout was found on HCL Technology. So now today it has just made a high of 810 last week, and we can see that target 1, which was, just check, net is slow, so Target one was 750. It was already hit. Couple of days. Actually, in one day, both the targets were almost hit. Target two is 850. But I would recommend you start booking. You can start putting a trailing stop loss and be ready to book profits over here. It's almost at target. It should happen by Monday or Tuesday. People who are looking for short-term targets definitely can exit from this position. And now it has set. As you can see, if you remember, this was the bottom. I go back to this. Okay, we had considered almost buying at 680 because that was a breakout price at this level, and the depth of this was what, just check from 22, was always 220 points. Okay, so 620 plus 220, 226 comes out to almost 840, and we have, if you notice, almost barely touched it. Okay, so maybe in a day or two, I would recommend keep a pending order or keep a trailing stop loss to profit book from this particular stock. Okay, so this is how long-term patterns can be easily traded. How long did it take for this target to be hit? Uh, it was expected to hit in, as I mentioned in my previous post, 1 to 3 months, and July, it's almost 2 months since the target has been, well, almost hit. Okay, so now let's look at one more chart. So this is how you can profit almost. Let's calculate the gain as well. Gain almost, you bought it at 620, and if you're going to be selling at 800, even at 840, okay, or 830, then it's almost 200 rupees worth of profit per stock. Okay, and it's within 2 months, which is way better than fixed deposits. So with good quality companies and great trading patterns, you can definitely make such kind of gains. Next comes up another interesting chart, which I want to give as an example where the target has already been hit. That's Zydus Wellness. Okay, very nice by the book pattern. Sorry, let me just add Zydus Wellness. Okay, if you look at the daily chart, if you can see there's a classic double bottom formed over here, and so just wanted to make, I didn't trade this. I was not able to catch it in time after the breakout. Okay, because this bar itself, if you look, bar itself acted as a breakout candle for this particular stock, and then the target was hit immediately because this is a very small distance between the bottoms. So now if I draw on this is one bottom. Okay, it tries to go above. So here's your bottom depth wise. If we enter right above here, your depth for this particular one is 180 points. Okay, so 180 points above. Use the target line. If you notice, it's barely there, so it's almost about to touch its target 180 points, which is at 1950, I would say. Okay, so 1766 was the entry point. It was it again was a very nice opportunity to get in, and now we are looking at 1950 to be hit. I'm sure within a day or two the target would be hit as well. Now notice the pattern over here for volume is exactly in the shape of those two bottoms, which is a classic sign. Also something that you need to remember in technical analysis, on a bigger level, this itself is forming another speed breaker or a flag pattern within itself. Okay, so maybe longer term traders can look into trading this entire range as well. Okay, so if I remove everything, You can now see that there's always pattern within pattern, which is the beauty of technical analysis for the way the charts work. So this is your range, dropping volume, breakout, and this huge. So this is another example of speed breaker as well. Okay, and based on which, if I put the calculations over here, let me just remove all of this again. So my entry point again has already been broken. Breakout is nice with good volume over here. And I'm going to use this as my measuring tool. 395, that's almost 400 points. So conservatively, okay, 400 points should be a good conservative trade. And I keep 400 points as my target. Okay, so 2150 can be our easy target. So if I write, you buy at 1900, because right now that's the current price. You already have missed the second day breakout. Okay, and your target is going to be at somewhere around 2150, and stop loss is going to be below the pattern, so 1550. Okay. Sorry, 1550 can be easy stop loss for this particular pattern. Okay, I'm going to set up alerts as well. For speed breaker target to be hit. Okay, let's see what happens. And finally, one more interesting stock that I had given, that is HDFC Bank on a daily chart. A nice doji reversal was there. However, I had kept the stop loss of 1050, and currently, if you see, there was a huge sell-off that happened on Friday. Now, a lot of you might not know this because I also track fundamentals and news. So this happened because there's this big, I think there was an index from which these two stocks, HDFC Bank and Kotak Mahindra, were removed. So the fund which was invested in these, based on that particular ETF or funds index, index-based fund, had to remove all the stocks. So it is not a fundamentally wrong reason. It is just something which was done as a huge sell-off. But luckily, it did not cross our stop loss. I mean, it did not close below stop loss at 1050. Closing below stop loss would have been a clear sign of exit. It did touch and give us a scare over here, but right now it's still sitting above. So now, how did I make this decision whether to take a stop loss or not? Simple. On a daily chart, I zoomed into 60 minutes as well. Okay, and if a 60-minute candle, because 60-minute is a lower candle on the intraday, had closed below 1050, I would have exited the stock, considering it as a stop loss. But right now, since the 60-minute candle did not, it touched, but it did not close below 1050, I have decided to continue staying in this particular stock. And that is the beauty of trading in stocks, that you don't have to have heavy stop losses. You're not worried about moving the position too far off, because in futures and options, and maybe even in futures and options mainly, this would have been a problem. Okay, but if you go future plus put option, then you don't need to worry about stop loss, because you're going to be using put itself as a stop loss. So again, you would have still stayed in the trade, not book profit, not exited, and continue to ride this. I do see bullishness coming in after the bank verdict of the court is done. So we still remain true to the target, which I have already mentioned in one of my posts. Okay, so this remains. HDFC Life, last week I had given a weekly chart. So that trade is still on. Okay, we're looking at a target of 647. Currently, it's still in its buying range. The reversal has been given. It's above its 20 EMA, 50 EMA. It's definitely a bullish sign. And let's see where this goes. I've set alerts for both of them. Okay, that's it for this week's Nifty weekly analysis. I hope you guys are trading, learning. Best of luck for the upcoming week. Thank you so much.